In this video, we're going to be going over how to change your environment with the law of attraction. A lot of people, they are in environments that they would like to get out of, or they would like to move into a different environment. Maybe they want to be somewhere a little more peaceful. Maybe they want to be somewhere with different kinds of people around. Maybe someone wants to be in a more city-like area where someone wants to be in a more rural area. Whatever it is for you, I'm going to teach you how you can do that for whatever it is specifically that you want using the law of attraction. That's coming up next. Hi guys, my name is Dave and this is HeartSpace, where we are creating videos every single day that are helping you live life in your way. And to me, that means living from a place of freedom, living from a place of deliberate, conscious choice, and of course, from a place of your heart and passion. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon, because like I said, we release videos every single day. Now in this video, I want to be going over how to use the law of attraction to start changing your environment to something that suits you more, or to something that is more of what you want. You know, for many people, when they go on this journey in the beginning, they may find themselves in environments that they don't want to be in, whether that's because of you find yourself in a situation where you're more in poverty, or you're just in a situation maybe where you're with roommates or with your parents or whatever it is, and you want to find yourself in a situation where you're living exactly in the place you want to live. Well, I'm going to be going over what I did, because I currently live in Thailand. I live in a beautiful place. We actually just moved to a new place, and I'll show a few clips of this absolutely gorgeous place we just moved into. And I'm going to make a separate video on how we manifested kind of our dream home here in Thailand, in Chiang Mai. So that will be a separate thing, but I'll give you a few clips to kind of give you a sneak peek of just how incredible this new place is we moved into. But I'm going to be teaching you how you can do this for yourself. The first thing to understand is something I go over all the time, and that is the outer follows the inner, not the other way around. The main reason why most people's external environment never changes is because they try and force the change externally, instead of understanding that they need to change their inner environment first. Everything that happens to you externally in your external environment is going to come about because of a change you've made internally. The reason a lot of people stay in similar situations, similar environments, is because their internal environment never shifts, or it becomes worse and worse, and they root themselves more in the internal environment they've always been in, which of course gives them the exact same external environment they've always been in. So the first thing is to understand it's not actually about changing your external environment, so to speak. It's about changing the internal environment and then taking the opportunities that come along from that will help change your external environment. But if you're trying to come from a different angle or try to manipulate the process in a way, it's not going to work. So just understand that first you have to take care of your inner for the equivalent to be experienced on the outer. In fact, you can even put that in the comments to, again, help reiterate this, to help to, in a way, recalibrate your brain, rewire your brain to be more in line with that. And you could say that I understand, or I am in alignment with my inner world, which affects my external world or my outer world. But just understand inner to outer. So I am in alignment with my inner world, which leads to my external world. So you can write something around that effect in the comments. And again, this is just going to help you to rewire your brain in this way to understand inner to outer, not outer to inner. Now, I am going to give you an exercise that is a little more tangible, a little more practical that you can do in order to do this. Because for this place, actually, me and my girlfriend had an idea of what we wanted. And instead of just kind of letting things be up to chance, we would speak about what it was we wanted to manifest, or what it is we wanted to have in our ideal home in Chiang Mai. We knew we were coming to Chiang Mai, and we lived here before. And last time, although we enjoyed it, we were in a place where it was too city-like for us. We were smack in the middle of the city. It was too noisy. It wasn't to our liking. It wasn't the kind of environment that we wanted, and we realized we weren't specific enough with what we wanted. And if we wanted a certain thing, we needed to be very specific to the universe with our energy about what we wanted. And so what we essentially asked for was a nice mix of nature, but being close enough to the city to get to certain things that we wanted to do. I wanted to be close enough so I could go play football, I could go play soccer often, and the place that we got is actually a minute from the field I play at. And that was actually very coincidental. We're right by a body of water, which is something I love. You might even be able to hear some of the nature sounds that are just coming from outside. The point is, we were very, very specific about what we wanted. And again, you have to be this way when it comes to the universe. You can't just say, I want to be in a better place than I am now. You see, most people come from the mentality of lack or what they don't have in order to get what they want. But if you're focusing on what you don't have, again, the universe doesn't work with positivity or with like gain or negation. You know, if you say, I don't want to have this, the universe doesn't read that as, oh, you don't want this, you want the opposite. It reads it as, oh, okay, give you more of that. So if you say, I don't want this, this, and that, the universe doesn't interpret it as don't want, it just interprets it as give more of that thing. And so you have to stop focusing on the things that you don't want. Like, I don't want to be in this neighborhood, or I don't want to be around these people. Focus instead on what you actually do want. So if you want to be in nature, focus on what that looks like to you. You want to be in nature more. Do you want to be near some water, in a forest, near a mountain? What is it specifically that you want? You have to get very, very clear on that. It can't be willy-nilly all over the place. Like, again, like, I don't want this. Don't focus on the don't wants, focus on the wants, and ignore the don't wants. Because guess what? If you get what you want, if you attract to you and manifest what you want in your external environment, the don't wants will fall away. So you don't even need to focus on that. So again, here's something you can do, and it's very simply writing out exactly, and I mean exactly as specific as you can get to how you want your external environment to be. And again, we're focusing on what is included, not the lack of. So again, don't be like, I don't want this kind of person. Instead, write about the kind of person you do want in that environment. Don't write about like, I don't want there to be a lot of noise. Write about how you want peace and you want quiet and you want nature sounds or whatever it is. That, you know, write about how you can hear the crickets at night. Write about how you can hear the birds chirping in the morning. You know, write about the things that you want included, not about the things you want excluded. So start writing this out and get very, very detailed. You can even start writing it out in the comments if you want and explain exactly what it is you want. Again, you will get what you put out there. So if you just write, I want to live in this city, you know, with this thing and blah, 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 then again, it's not specific enough. You're not narrowing it down to what you actually want. You know, when we do the video on how we got this place, you'll see it's so specific to what we wanted. I mean, very, very specific. Even this behind me is something that we wanted. A cool little place in the house where we could film with natural light. And look at this right now. I mean, what is a more perfect background than this? This just, we didn't know it was going to be specifically this, but it's something we asked for. With the natural light coming in, there's no lights that I have set up for this video. It's just natural light coming in from our porch that's allowing us to record with natural light in the background and on me. That's something we actually specifically asked for. So you can see how specific you get. But again, you'll get what you ask for, but if you're very broad and not specific, you're gonna get a very broad and non-specific kind of option. So guys, once you've written that out in many details, it's time to take some action, because it's not good enough just to plant the seeds. You now need to water the seeds, you need to look after the garden, you need to de-weed the garden, you need to take the actions needed to make this happen. And so what we did, for example, to get this place to change our environment is we looked at a realtor that we had worked with before here, and we gave her the specific parameters. And then we started looking out for different places. We started listing exactly what we wanted and putting things in motion so that we could have that happen. And again, like I said in my previous video about how to use the law of attraction or to surrender and let go while still taking action, you know, you complete the process of the law of attraction, of manifestation, by taking action. There is no, oh, you ask and you surrender and you then just receive and then do nothing. Co-creative process. It's the same with changing your environment. It's a co-creative process. You do have to change your internal environment, but then your internal environment is going to send you cues. It's going to send you emotions. It's going to send you pictures of what you need to actually do. And then it's about actually getting out there and doing those things. The first thing, again, writing in the comments what I asked you to do. There's a reason I ask you to do those things every video, because it gets you to actually start taking action towards these things instead of just intellectualizing it or just passively watching this video. I also gave you an exercise to write out everything as in detail as you possibly can, and to write it out on something you could look at very often. That's another important thing, guys, is look at this very often. With the place me and Lily are in right now, we didn't have something we wrote down, but we spoke about it all of the time. We spoke about what we wanted. We spoke about the environment we wanted around us, you know, what we wanted as far as distances to the city and not, and actually it ended up, we said to each other, yeah, it'd be cool if we were like 10-15 minutes maybe from the city. And we are actually 10-15 minutes from the main part of the city. Like, this works, guys, when you use it. So you have to write it down or have a clear image of what it is you want in as much detail as possible, and then reflect upon it often. Now with me and Lily, it's helpful to have someone else who has the same idea of what you want. And that's one of the reasons our relationship is so strong, because we both are moving in a very similar direction. So we talked about it all the time. But if you don't have someone, because I know a lot of people won't, because your environment doesn't yet have the people that you envision having in your environment just yet, you write it down and you look at it often, you fantasize and you envision it and you bring it into your reality more. And then again, once you do that, inspiration is going to come in and you take action on that inspiration. Okay, so maybe the inspiration is, I feel like just going to look up some houses in this area, but there might be objections like you can't afford that, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. Don't listen to the objections. Listen to what that inspiration is and then take actions from that place. All right, guys, so that is going to be how to change your environment using the law of attraction. Now, again, this is great to listen to and just observe, but if you actually want to change your environment, you want to be around people that are more aligned to you, you want to be in an environment that is just, I can tell you right now, I feel so good in this place. Like, it's so nice. It's so much good energy, all this kind of stuff. And it does make a huge difference. Your environment makes a massive difference. To have an internal and external environment in congruence, which it always is, by the way, but to have it in congruence with your vision is an incredible gift. And it's something you all can have. But just remember, once you've laid out what it is you want, please take the action. It's no good just watching this video and doing nothing. If you want specific people in your life, write out exactly who that person is. Romantically, friendship, whatever it is, peers, work, I don't care what it is. You have to get specific with this and then take the corresponding action. So let's say you want to change your environment in the realm of friends. Write out exactly what type of friends you want, and then when you see certain things pop up in your world because you've been looking at this, like for example, let's say you start thinking, what if I looked up different groups that have similar interests to me? Like, let's say you're into photography and you're like, I'm gonna look up a group and see if there's people that go out and do photography together near me. If you don't follow that inspiration, then you are disregarding this whole process. You are severing the whole process of the law of attraction, right? Because again, it ends with your action. All of this happens and suddenly you get an idea that may even seem very simple and elegant, and it's like, yeah, why can't I just go to this group and look up, and then I go to this place, and then you meet your best friend. People do that all the time, by the way, guys. They go to an event, they go to a thing with similar interests from people, and they meet their like best friends or even their partners at these kind of things. Because these kind of events are primed with people who have similar interests or whatever else. But the point is, once you have that specific thing and you get that inspiration, follow through on that inspiration. Write it down if you can't do it right now, but if you can do something towards it in the moment, do it. So for example, if it's like, oh, what if I look that up? Go look it up immediately, because if you don't, the energy will be gone, you'll forget, something will happen. So you need to make sure you do it immediately. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there because this is getting pretty long, but guys, that's how you change your environment using the law of attraction. It's very, very simple. It might take a bit of time, especially a big thing like this. Like, I'm living in Thailand now in this place. This took, a year or two for me to be able to get to this place. Not that it couldn't happen faster, but that's how long it took. But, that time's going to go by either way. And I'm really glad I decided to stick with it, because now I'm benefiting from the fruits of that vision I had long ago and stuck to and actually took the action towards. All right, guys, so I'm going to leave it there for you. As always, I love you. Leave your comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video.